Okay, this one lap of Le Mans. Start with going all the way to the left of this white line. Cut across the track. Go as much over this one here to end up straight as quick as you can. And only then start braking. Over here you wanna really go across these yellow curbs on the left and the right hander as well after. On the exit, you want to put your left wheel against these white bollards. If you go over them, you will get a slowdown. This is flat out, these corners. Again, brake as soon as you're pretty much in a straight line. Downshift to third. In this left-hander, you don't really want to hit this curb here, because it might upset the car a little bit. Here you want to take this one, but you don't want to go over the end, because if you go over the end, it will also unsettle the car. This fourth gear, just a little tap of the brakes. And again, I want to hit as much curb as you can on the inside. So that's, you could take a little bit more there. Over here, on the exit, you can go further. You have to make sure that at this point, at the end of the curb, your right-hand wheels are over this grade here. So this one was pretty conservative, and you can go a little bit further. Just at this point, you have to make sure your right wheels or your center line is on the right side of it. Then along the straight, try to run the center line as much as you can. You gain about 0.05 to 0.07 on every straight if you run the center line. So you really want to take advantage of that, especially during the race. They're going to really add up. Now you want to go to the left as late as you can. You see the yellow thing over here, 100 meter there. You want to brake sort of in between it. Go as close to this cone as you can on the left hand side, so cross this little white line a little bit. And then yeah, you see the curbs the way you can cut them. Same here, second gear, cut it. And then you want to make sure your left wheels sort of end up on this curb. I went a little bit too deep in this one, so you can take you have to take a little bit more speed out of it. And then again, center line it for the entire straight. Second Mulsanne corner, pretty much the same. Only you don't have a yellow line, so go as late to the right as you can. About 110, 120 meters. You want to go on the brakes, close to the curb. The cone, cut it, and then the right hand wheel is close to this one. You want to make sure you want to aim at this little bump in the curb, because it makes sure the transition from this to there is as smooth as it can be. So it could go a little bit further there. Again, just center line the track here. So this is the point where you get a slowdown past it. So again, put your left hand as close to the cone as you can. You want to start braking sort of at the start or a little bit further and straight line it to this curb. Look at the stable braking. Go as far to the right here. So I'm basically cutting all the way across the bollards. On the exit, your right hand wheels are on that curb. And again, go to the center line basically as soon as you can properly exit the corner. Now onto Indianapolis, quite a tricky corner because the entry speed is quite high in this one. So again, center line it. You want to brake about here at the start of the green patch or a little bit further, depends really on the temperature. We're quite cold here, so you can go quite deep. Downshift to fifth and just sort of coast it through the middle part. And as soon as you're straight here, you can go really on the brakes. Your right hand side has to be sort of on this line. Just make sure you don't go to the white part because it'll unsettle the car. Down to second gear and try to miss this inside curb. It doesn't really hurt if you take it, but it's preferably to just not touch it. Again, take the exit curb as much as you can, but avoid the grass or the sand beyond it, because it doesn't really help. Cross the track as quickly as you can. Yeah, you want to brake. So at this point, 75-ish meters. Again, over the white lines. You want to go to the max, max to the left on this line, but make sure on the curb you don't hit the edge of it. It'll make the car snap. This curb you can hit again, but preferably, yeah, like I did there, preferably you don't want to hit it too much because it'll bounce the car. Then onto the Porsche curbs. You can run the middle here. It doesn't really help that much on this little piece of straight. I think that the shorter route is better. We're gonna brake about the middle of this green patch here. Again, on temperature, it depends on the temperature. When it's hotter, you want to brake at the start. If it's colder, you can brake a little bit deeper. On downshift to fourth. So on the brakes, downshift to fourth. And really go, make sure your right sides are on this curb. If you go too wide, you'll end up in the middle here and you can't take the next corner properly. See, I'm immediately full throttle again for this part. This one, you can maybe lift just a little bit, just to get the car really turned in. You can cross this white line a little bit, the dab of the brakes, coast it through a little bit, and just, yeah, keep it on the throttle to get some forward momentum. Here as well, it's a very important corner. You don't see the apex at all, so you have to turn in quite early. But yeah, really have to make sure you're really on top of the curb here and go for these yellow salvages again. But this one is pretty much as good as it's gonna get. The exit, you have to make sure your left wheels are over this white line on the left side of them before the curb here ends. If you're with your left tires on this side, you will get a flow down. Or there was a little bit of room to play with over there, but really decent. But yeah, it's one of the most tricky corners. The entry, it looks a little bit stupid, but you want to go basically in pit lane. Brake a little bit before this, basically at where the white lines start to cross. Downshift to third, and again, you want to cut it as much as you can. This is pretty much the limit, where you're going over the bollard a little bit more to the left here, and you will get a slowdown. And downshift to second in the middle of this one. Go to the right as far as you can, so your right hand tires are pretty much on this curb when you turn in. So I could go a little bit further, but it's pretty decent. And again, cut this one. And this one, you can really cut your left-hand tires. You just have to stay on this part of the curb. And then here you can go as wide as you want as well. One lap of Le Mans.